over time is that we are learning as we go along. So if you know Senge's fifth discipline, the concept of learning organization, on a very basic level, present tense embodies that. That is, we're constantly learning, we're constantly evolving our curriculum, we're constantly building on top of things that we have developed and tearing down things that don't work. And so this is an opportunity for us to learn with you about what makes a trainer. And so don't be shy. If you have comments, if you have thoughts, if you have criticisms, you have ways for us to do things better, please, please, please tell us. We thought about this course with the main takeaway of being the 4 workshops. There might be other things that you guys need that we haven't thought of, that we haven't provided, that we're not able to provide in the time that we have, that will create new opportunities to do so. And God knows that there are more than enough tools out there to make these kinds of things happen. And ideally, we hope that by the end of this course, all of you would be thinking about how to extend this course, or elements or parts or derivations of this course, into other fields that we can't even imagine. And so we're hoping that this gives a whole universe of opportunity for present tense, but also for the larger network, a larger community, of which all of you guys already are members before even coming in here, right? And so what's in it for you? What's the value proposition, right? What's in it for you guys? So on a basic level 1, we hope that it's going to give you a chance to grow your toolkit as a professional. So even if you guys leave this course and we don't work together again, that is, you guys are doing your thing, you're too busy, you can't train, it's also not that interesting to you, at least you'll have some tools, at the very least, and we're willing to take that risk. The second thing is that we hope that we'll also provide an option to have you earn income. So we have seminars. We're going to be operating probably between 6 to 10 fellowships in North America next year. So we're going to need people to lead the seminars there. And so at the very least, we'd love for you to be part of that. If you go through the course and you show that you guys handle the material, you have a grasp of the material, you know how to present yourself, to facilitate, etc. On that note, though, it's also an opportunity to be able to provide these crucial tools to the world, to your communities, to the people you work with. And so on a basic level, hopefully, it's not only tools that you're going to use for yourselves, or tools that you're going to use through our programs, it's tools that you're going to work with around the world. And then finally, and this is kind of the most big dream, is that together, us here and the SocialStart trainers that are going to be trained in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and then next year, if we're opening, it seems like we're opening in Russia, then in Russia as well, then we're going to have this community of individuals who recognize that the times are changing, that organizations need to develop new tools and new strategies and new approaches in order to reach populations that they need to serve, that we can do more with the things that are out there than we're doing currently, and that we're going to be able to share that expertise together. And so by being part of that community of individuals who recognize the obligation upon themselves to show new directions for our people, and at the same time also recognize that this is a crucial moral obligation, but an opportunity. We hope very much that you will join us in that community. And so how do we hope to make it happen? And this, you guys will see, if you have not already seen, in the workbook online on the intranet, and I'm going to go through the intranet in a second on a very basic level so you guys just see what's out there. There's a 3-day course. 3 days is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And it's also only 8 hours within those 3 days. So we're talking about total training time is around 24 hours, right? There's the hard copy teacher's guide. So you guys have it now. You'll see that in that guide there are lecture notes for every one of the PowerPoint presentations that you're going to receive today. All that's online as well, etc. There are going to be monthly conference calls once things get rolling and we actually start implementing, to be able to share observations, share ideas, share thoughts, etc. That we would hope that if you want to jump on, you jump on. It's not obligatory. Periodic observations. So we're going to be teaching these seminars this year in Boston, Philadelphia, and New York, and Tel Aviv, and Jerusalem. So if you guys want to come to any of those, we'd love for you to join and be part of those observations. Also local test run scenarios, sessions that here in the office, we have a sign-up sheet that Naomi has, and also Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. Or if you want to do in your local communities, try it out. Bring together 10, 15 people. We can do it here in New York if you guys want to. If you're in Atlanta or Baltimore, you can do it there. We'd love to observe through webcam if we're not physically present. If not, we'd love to be there, and that gives an opportunity to test things out. And of course, this is on, this is kind of like the TEDx model, right? And then finally, online tools and resources. And so let's talk a little bit about the online tools and resources. We put together an intranet on Google Sites. Google Sites is very adaptable, and it's goddamn hard to work with. From multiple directions, from the direction of the person putting stuff up there, from the direction of the people trying to get stuff out of there. So I just want to review a couple of the screens. Yeah, I know, I don't have too much of trouble, but we have, I think it's like 408 steering committee members now around the world. I think only 7 have accessed the steering committee website, the intranet this time. We have, our coordinators are around the world, they never use it. So I don't know why, but for some reason the intranet isn't very used. I think it's very helpful, and that's why I'm giving this right now. So on the home page, you'll see that the quick links are for presentations, tools and tips, and contact info. But you have the different menu items here on the left-hand side. The important ones to know, specifically for today, are presentations. So you can go onto the internet and you can get a digital copy of all the presentations that you guys are going to see today. If you go to one of the module pages, what you'll find is a description of the module. So this is visioning, and you guys are going to experience visioning in a little bit, with a description of why it is that we do it the way that we do it. And then the PowerPoint presentation embedded through Google Docs, and this is not something that you should use, it's not the optimal form, because there's also an attachment down below that has not only the PowerPoint, but also lecture notes, okay? So all the information is on there, all of it. Now, as you guys saw in the document that I sent out the other day, don't share it, please. We're sharing it with you guys, but this is also the way that we're able to keep this going, right? We also have here an RSS reader. Everyone here know what RSS is? Usually I explain it, right? So the RSS reader is connected to a Posterous account. You'll all learn what Posterous is. It's one of my favorite services that aggregates all the cool links and things that we find online. And so now we're going to try to make it a practice, Aaron, myself, whoever else is reading the blogs, that anytime you find something cool, you email it to this Posterous account, and then it gets listed up here. And you guys should probably do the same. And we'll show you all the rest of it. And this way, we can not only crowdsource finding new things, but also we get to aggregate them in one place. What are you laughing?
That's the password. I was going to ask you what the password was for the Posterous account.
Yes.
Because there's a link I went to and it said password. And I'm like, I don't know the password.
Right. And of course there's the workbook. So the entire workbook's online. So what you guys have here physically, you have here. The reason we want to provide it physically, although we're not big fans of killing trees, is that it is helpful to be able to take something into a room, prepare with it, etc. And so we wanted to make sure that you guys have something with you. And that's just the start. And so important to note, just to wrap up this kind of segment of the morning, then we're going to stretch a little bit. We're going to have an opportunity to meet Jenny and Dan, and then we're going to get into the next segment. Like I said, we're launching this course in 3 different locations. This is the first time that we do it. Since the first fellowship that Adam was part of in 2007, we've gone through 6 different versions of the curriculum. We're now at 2.1. I already can tell you that version 2.2 is going to have a whole host of bug fixes that are going to be pretty awesome. But also that means that people that are going through it currently, that is fellows that are now starting and go through the whole cycle, aren't going to benefit from the wisdom that we acquire over this period of time. Same thing here. This is version 1.0. We could start with 0.1, but we're going to start with 1.0. This is the first version of this course. We don't know whether it's going to succeed. I'm telling it, I only know that I tried something like this for the coordinators and it worked all right. And so because of that, and the coordinators are the people who are coordinating different fellowships around the world, and because of that I'm using the same model. If it doesn't work, you got to tell us. You guys are all educators, you've all been through things like this before, so if you have the opportunity to provide guidance, please do so, because that's the collaborative approach that will help us all get to the place where we want to get to. If this is successful, if this works, then hopefully it won't be me teaching this, it'll be one of you teaching it to another group of 12. And that way we'll be able to exponentially not only engage, but utilize the talents within our communities around the world. And so I'm very excited for this opportunity. I'm incredibly thankful that you're all here. And And that's a wrap for this part. So any questions before we take a quick 5-minute bathroom break? Before we take the bathroom break, get to meet our two new guests. Any questions before we move on? I talked very fast, but I just want to make sure we were done by 11.
It's impressive that you didn't run out of air at any point during that.
Thank you. I'm actually breathing through...
Through your gills.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Jenny Rivlin Roberts, and I came in from Atlanta, Georgia this morning. And I'm very excited to be here and meet Shelby in person. I met Ariel before.
This is the first
briefly.
time we're actually sitting here.
But I've been working with PresenTense on developing PT investments with Shelby. And in Atlanta, I've also been very interested in bringing... Sorry?
Someone who couldn't make it because of the storm.
Oh, gotcha. Bringing some support for social innovators, Jewish social innovators in Atlanta, which we don't currently have a program. Of course, we'd love to bring PresenTense in, but there's some obstacles. And but we have a community that I've been instrumental in organizing, so I'm really glad to be here and get some tools and meet everybody. So is that, I don't know what else.
Yeah. And wait, tell us about Modern Tribe a little bit.
Oh, so I am also a social innovator, entrepreneur. I run moderntribe.com, which is a Judaica and Jewish gifts retailer with design forward Judaica and Jewish gifts. I'm also the inventor of No Limit Texas Dreidel, which is a game that crosses traditional dreidel with Texas Hold'em poker.
The name alone is worth buying.
And we manufacture that game, and it's sold in stores across the country, and Bed Bath & Beyond, and then like gift stores, Judaica stores, etc.
Hi, I'm Dan Callagher. I was delayed coming in from West 79th Street, so I was disrupting the meeting. And I've been a friend of PresenTense for a long time. I would say that I'm auditing this course because I've been trying to support PresenTense and Ariel in whatever ways I can. And some time ago I concluded that I didn't have a very firm grasp on what actually goes on in the room here. So I thought I would come and find out what actually goes on in the room.
And your background?
My background is management consulting and for-profit startups. So I wander around the New York venture world most of my day, sort of midwifing startups.
Midwifing.
Very visual.
Sounds messy.
It can be. I wear a smile.
Wonderful. So we're gonna take a quick bathroom break. Let's get back here by 11:05-ish. So and yeah.
She told me.
Thank you.
Mommy, how do I stop
So for those of you who want to take notes, you'll see that there's a page. It has the slide itself. It has lecture notes and then notes that you guys can take. So it's all there in the book. Okay, so who wants to share with us their answer to one of these? Any one of them? Anyone care about a cause here? Yes? Everyone's shaking their head. Someone? Yes? Aria, first one to raise your hand. Please go.
I'm working on an idea that I haven't given enough time to. It's called the Network for Jewish Innovation. And it's a platform to help showcase new ideas and initiatives. Basically, people with ideas or people who started projects or people who want to start new initiatives, to give them a place to say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'd like to do, this is what I need, who would like to help me.
So why should that exist? Why, on a basic level, should that exist?